What's up, everybody?
Hey.
Hello.
That's
Hello.
people already watching. Wow.
Yeah. How many? Who's here? Where? Who? When? What?
We got Andy. Obviously, you were here. Paul, Nick. Nick, you're slacking, though. You're usually the first one to comment, and you kind of getting falling behind. Joe's here. Well, what's up?
Are we gonna wait till more people join, or just jump into what this whole stream's about?
Well, I mean, I guess we could start talking about
give us some background.
Give us some background, yeah.
Well, there's a wall behind me with some records on it, and there's a poster over there. That's my background. All right, so
changing background.
I don't know. People understand how often I go out and look for records. It may be 4 or 5 times a week, depending if I have to go somewhere and do something. Like yesterday, I went and met my friend who owns Omnivore Records, and we had lunch, and he gave me some records, some like the new one. There's a big twist actually having to do with this. So yeah, he gave me their record store day records. There's 2 of them. I'll do a separate video on those. And then I went over to Record Safari and I found like a cool that Kenny Dorham album I posted on my Instagram. So that's some kind of how I do it. Like today, I had to run an errand. I went to an estate sale, and I found some records like that I'm going to give to Mike. I'll pull one of them out right now. I found, and this is a sealed record, and it's the early phases of diabetes mellitus.
So, Mike, what is that?
And it's got all the guys you know for this. It has this guy.
We're gonna start losing people.
Well, come on. You were just telling me the other day, Mike, how Rashmiel Levine was your favorite MD about diabetes. And then, Chris, you were a big Valance Owen guy. I myself was this guy.
Yeah, that's bizarre.
I know, it was stupid, but I thought it was funny. So I went to an estate
sale. I was
thinking,
Paul, is Wilford Brimley on that record?
No, but he was the case study. That's funny.
Now, isn't that produced by Pfizer?
Yeah, it actually is. You know, Pfizer had all the hits back in 1965.
Oh, shit.
You know, Pfizer really, you could dance to it, but like girls were requesting the song for their wedding. Did you know that?
Yeah, exactly.
So then I went to one of my favorite record stores and I found some good stuff there. And then, there's a Goodwill near there. And I never find anything at this particular Goodwill, but today it changed. And if you saw my Instagram and, you know, I found, should I pull up the picture that I found of,
yeah.
Okay. So, I don't know. This thing does. Hold on. I'm sorry. So, like, these were them on the ground.
Oh wow.
They were in those bins, so I pulled everything out.
Oh, okay.
Then I had to get the cart that they use there, and I put everything on the cart. Jeez. And for teasing purposes, putting the Smithsonian Jazz Box in a Blondie record.
Yes,
I could see why Andy has some skepticism about what I'm about to show.
Yeah, I've got 2 of those Smithsonian boxes.
That you find them all the time.
Yeah.
So, and there's some the last 2 discs are really good. There's some John Coltrane stuff on there, and you know. Okay, so there was 105 records that I pulled out. The stuff I left wasn't worth getting, and then they were $3 a piece. But since I bought 105, they gave me them for $2 a piece, including some boxes I have here. So I organized them into 4 piles. I got a jazz pile.
Is that
kind of alternative 80s pile, one particular group and a lead singer, that's one pile. It's most of their records.
Barbara
Streisand. Well, you know, she went solo. Just she called herself Barbara. She left Streisand behind. And then I got like a soul pop R&B stuff. And so you tell me a pile you want me to start showing from, and
Well, let's start. I think everybody's here for jazz, so let's
Yeah,
start
we'll
with the
start
jazz.
there, and then
pile.
everyone can leave. They don't
Okay.
have to do their stuff.
Trust me, you don't want to leave after the jazz. Okay, so here's Flora Perm, live on Moscow, and this got a lot of good people on it.
Oh wow, that's cool.
Yeah.
Seventies?
It's on-
Is that 70s?
yeah, Ron Carter's on this. Milton does Mento, and
What label is it?
this is on Fantasy, probably. I
All
think.
right. This is unimpressive so far. Next.
Wow.
That's $2, man. It's a good record for $2.
Obviously, someone doesn't want a Pfizer record.
Oh, shit.
The jazz is good, but
Okay.
you gotta start off with the basic shit.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, that's
Joe
cool.
Boone.
Yeah, this is on Warner Brothers. OG.
Nice.
Nice.
Okay. So I have to get a box over here to put everything down, and I'm going.
Do you have the Target wooden boxes?
No, dude. What do you think it is? It's a cardboard box. Okay,
Man.
this might be a little more impressive.
Oh,
very
wow.
nice.
Very nice.
This
Is that
is
on
a 70s.
Okay.
It's a 360, but the cover is really nice. It's like a flip back,
Yeah.
So
Is it a U.S. pressing?
yeah,
That's
Okay.
pretty sweet.
it'll take forever if I pull the wax of the album out, but it's a 360.
Yep.
Oh,
I have
Were
miles.
they
on-
in sleeves, or did you put them in those sleeves?
I have a couple miles on 360, and they sound really good.
Yeah, they do. I've got that one.
yeah. This I don't think this is one of his better albums.
It's his best album. It says it on the cover. What the fuck, man?
Oh, yeah. Where did you learn how to be so sassy?
I'm assuming that's a comp. What
Yeah,
label?
No,
Pluto.
it's on. Yeah, but I don't know if it's a comp. I don't know that this is his comp, but I guess
Oh, I thought it was. Yeah, I
I
think
think his
so.
later stuff.
I don't know.
Okay.
It's okay. It is a cool cover.
Trust me, the best is yet to come. This is some. I don't. Felipe could probably speak more to this.
Okay. It's a Bossa record.
That's cool looking.
Yeah, you guys are unimpressed, aren't you?
No,
How about this?
that's badass.
Ooh. All right. Very nice.
What is that called? Thrust? I never can read it. Thrust. Okay, yeah.
Thrust.
Do we have jobs? Yes, Mazzy. We all have jobs. That's how we buy our vinyl, man. Come on. Hurry, man.
Right.
Joe. Oh, that's cool. I like that.
Fred says
Wow.
it looks like a thrift store haul.
No, I don't know what this. Well, wait till you see what's coming, you chump.
Here we go. Here we go.
But someone did math on the back here. I don't know what the
Weird.
fuck that is.
Yeah. They were adding the times up.
Man, guys, this is a tough crowd. I think you have this album, right?
We said it was the epic haul of a lifetime.
Dude, you're going to look stupid in about 5
All
minutes.
right, okay. I hope. I'm just saying.
I do not have that one.
Didn't you show one of her albums? Hey, you asked for the jazz one first.
Yeah, we did.
Yep.
Oh, that's cool too.
Okay.
Another Billie Holiday. What is that on?
This is on Phoenix. I've seen some Phoenix, but their parent company's on Audio Fidelity.
Yeah.
Bram.
Hang on a sec. So
Yeah.
Hang on a sec. I want to talk about this. So these records are cool. They're not like amazing, but they're in a thrift store like for $2.
Wait, you guys,
You're gonna have
you're
more
guys
fun.
I guarantee you a few of you will shit your pants in a few minutes. Okay, just chill out. These jazz bums asked for the jazz first, not the other cool stuff.
That's fair. All right, what do we got here? Oh, nice.
Okay. Is that Columbia?
Yeah, it's Columbia.
Nice.
Very cool. Were any of these already in sleeves, or did you do that since you've been?
No,
home?
these are all the way they came. I have done
Oh,
no
wow, weird.
cleaning, nothing.
Oh wow.
Oh, that's cool. Riverside.
Yeah,
That's an OG.
no, it's OJC, so it's an 80, probably an
Okay.
84 or something.
Awesome.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. The
Yes,
Verbs.
Verve.
Stan
Yeah,
Getz Verve. Nice.
Nice Verve. Nice actually. Okay. All right. Bam.
All right.
Oh, that's badass.
Yeah.
Looks like an older copy too.
Yeah. It looks like it's a. I've come across a lot of original. I don't know.
I think the original's on the 360 label.
Yeah, it is.
I don't think it's a 6i.
Oh, that's very cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I actually sold a copy of that last auction. All right. Will this impress Mike? I don't know.
Oh, very nice.
Oh, very. That is cool. Do you have that, Mike?
Little Frank. What's that?
Do you have this record?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is it good?
Yeah. Yeah.
Sarah Vaughan, Columbia years, nice. Is that a
That's
twofer?
Yeah, it's two. It's two.
What was
Okay.
that for, Mike?
You guys are gonna be the ones that bite the bullet there.
I need that one.
You do?
What is this?
CTI, right?
It's a CTI.
Yeah, I don't have that one.
Well, maybe I'll put it aside.
Wait, hold on. What was that one?
Bob James 1.
Who does? I'm not familiar with Bob James.
Bob James is probably one of the most sampled artists by like rap musicians. But he's a jazz pianist. He produced a lot of the CTI albums. Everyone's on here. There's like 30 different people on here.
Okay. Nicole's asking, what was the record right before the Sinatra Jobim?
Oh, it was Astrid Gilberto.
Yeah, that's a cool one.
Ooh, Joe is throwing shade. Oh, wait,
All right.
did he delete his comment?
You know what, Joe?
No, he didn't. Here it is.
Yeah, you can keep throwing shade. I'm telling you, the jazz isn't the best stuff I got.
Okay.
It's
You
just
gotta
one
start with the jazz
pile.
one.
I got two more jazz records, and then we'll go into the.
We have a question from MD. Serious question. What is a twofer?
Well, I'm gonna let the twofer master here explain what a twofer is, Rob.
So a twofer is usually a later pressing, it was like a budget thing where they would take two albums and put them together into one package. So when all those jazz companies were put together, Fantasy was Riverside, Prestige,
Blue
yeah. They in the early 70s they did a lot of twofers with their catalog. Usually the same artist.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes they were two separate albums. Sometimes they were comps. Sometimes they, with the case of Blue Note did twofers, they might have featured a performer, but the real records, they might have been sidemen. It might have been not their own. So it's a lot of different. But they were
really
like,
good way to get
there's
cheap
rock.
records.
I've had a Jeff Beck twofer. So they were budget things.
And aren't they mostly all from the 70s?
Yeah, typically.
Fred.
What's up, Fred?
Don't look. We want to post this thing later. Don't come up here to throw shade or be critical. Okay.
Okay. All right. Sorry. Good haul, Rob.
What you're going to be the one to eat your hat? Can you take a hat out with a fork and knife?
You
some
said
mustard?
don't be critical. I came up my first time on the Jazz Bum show. I'm just enjoying your haul.
Look, there's going to be another incident. Could you scream at me for 5 minutes straight?
All right, let's see what else we got here. West Side Story. Oh,
Cal
Gator. Oh, that's kind of neat. What is
And
that?
then You don't like her, but this is a lot of these are promo.
Is the Cal Jader on Fantasy? What is that? What was that label?
This is on Warren. What is it on? I'll tell you. This is on Fantasy.
Cool.
Yeah. I like
This
how
is a reissue. This is not the original cover. And then this one, a lot of people are on here. Ron Carter's on there.
I'm familiar with her.
McCoy Tyner's on there. Okay, so we're done with the jazz. What am I moving on to next? The best
All right,
stuff.
hold on. Let's evaluate the jazz section. So
Yes.
I think the best two were the Herbies.
Yeah,
Agreed. Yeah. Some of those other ones are cool. I mean, for $2, you can't really complain.
all right. Wait. We have better stuff. Okay. All right. The Sonic Youth, the reissue box from 2006. Tons of stuff. There's 4 LPs in here and a book.
You got it for $2?
$2.
Damn.
Oh,
Yeah, this is we're getting up into the stuff. Okay. Did you know Bjork did a jazz album? Did you guys know that?
I did not know that.
This is an album she put out in 1990.
okay.
Wow.
This is I believe this is a 1999 reissue of it from England. I listened to some of this. It's really good. So go stream this. It's contemporary jazz. It's Bjork. She's singing in Icelandic, but it's
Yeah.
really cool. Okay.
That is cool.
All right, you fools. $2.
Yeah, the Sonic Youth is the winning the whole thing so far, I think.
Well, okay. Here's one I'm keeping because it's one of my favorite albums of all
You should
time.
send that to me.
It's a promo.
Yeah, it's badass.
OG. You silly Willy people in the peanut gallery.
That's pretty sweet, dude.
Okay. Some of these are mixed up. Okay. Here's one for you. OG Sundays.
Nice.
Yes. A lot of these are UKs. Okay, what's that face about there, Fred?
I haven't said anything, Rob. I'm here to support you.
Okay, thank you.
Oh, see. Not country of origin. That's hilarious.
Listen, there's a saying that's been sweeping the nation for the last 2 seasons.
Oh wow, that's great. I love that record.
Yes, this is a US
Nice.
promo. Yes, promo.
What is a record like that worth, you think? 10, 15 bucks?
A lot. I would say a majority of these go from anywhere from $10 to $30,
Mhm.
but there are obviously some like that New Order is a lot of money.
Yeah.
Some of these are not in. I didn't put them all in order, so there's.
Oh wow,
Yeah. This is a US.
that's very cool.
Yeah. Sparks.
Not familiar with that one.
You don't know Sparks?
Mm-mm.
Get into Sparks. There's a documentary on. I think it's on Amazon.
I mean,
Watch it.
after Fred's stream last night, I'm trying to avoid getting into anything because I almost got sucked into a bunch of that weird shit that Autumn was
We'll
showing.
just stream the stuff. This is a David Byrne Brazilian thing he compiled of various Brazilian artists.
Oh wow, that's cool.
Yeah. Boom. Tears for Fears.
Oh nice, very nice.
Okay.
Was that US?
This is US Polygram. Here's US. This is a British of Style Council, which is a Paul Weller from the Jam.
Oh yeah,
This is you guys would like this. It's kind of pop jazzy. They
that's
were.
cool.
Yeah. I'm a fan of the House Martins. Great.
Okay.
Do you know them?
Yes.
This is a US House Martins.
Well, this is crazy coming from a thrift store, man.
Yeah, Kate Bush. This is a like a greatest hits album.
Very cool.
This is a US. A Bob Marley album on Trojan. This is a UK pressing. I think this is a posthumous album. It came out in '83. So
That's
reggae.
cool. Very nice.
Okay. Susie and the Banshees.
Oh wow.
Hello.
Hello.
Yeah,
Yes,
sorry about that.
that's
Oh,
all right.
I thought they said Rob. I thought you said Rob. That's hilarious.
Yes.
That's awesome, dude. I love that.
Here's a. I don't know this guy, but this is reggae. Horace Andy. You're My Angel.
Nice cover.
This is Trojan, UK.
Well, it's got to be worth something then, probably, right?
Yeah, it is. This is a Malcolm McLaren 12-inch of Madame Butterfly. Does anyone know? I don't even know if Malcolm McLaren ever put out a full album. I think most of his stuff were singles, 12 inches.
I'm not familiar with him, actually.
You probably heard that song, Buffalo Girls Go Round the Outside.
Oh, yeah. This is not an auction, but I'm guessing some of this stuff will be on the auction site.
It might be, but I just got it today, so I don't know if I can clean a lot of this stuff by tomorrow.
Right.
And listen to it. Play great. This is this is the US.
My reissue just came back in stock for that. That's cool.
Yeah. This is the last reggae album, Toots and the Mantels.
Nice. So you think these are all from the same collection they brought in, obviously, right?
I'm guessing they're from the same collection. You know what I'm thinking? Obviously, this this was in a storage locker or an apartment, and they just took it to Goodwill. You know,
that makes sense. Yeah.
Adam
That's a
Ant.
great record. Yep.
Yeah. This is a US. Boom, the Jam. This
Oh,
is
nice.
this is US.
That's cool.
Boom.
Tim is looking for that Yaz, by the way. So
Who is?
University of Iowa, Tim, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Maybe we could talk about, but well, it depends. I haven't decided what I'm keeping yet, or whatever.
What is this one? I'm not familiar. This is like a comp.
No, I think this is like their first or second album.
It says
Second
13
album?
hits on the front.
Oh wait, it is a comp. It is a comp.
That's pretty neat. I haven't seen
Yeah.
that one. I love Depeche Mode, so that's neat.
This is a promo copy.
Oh, nice. Is that a 12 inch? Oh no, that's one of their records.
It's the album promo.
Cool.
I know. I think I do know this band, the Pixicado 5. They have one song. This
There's
is
just
on
one song
Matador.
on there.
Huh?
There's just one song on there.
No, they had the song. I don't even want to try and sing it, but I remember. But
That was
on
bringing the
Matador,
crowd.
you know, Matador was a good indie label in the 90s. I don't even know if they're still around. Oh,
Oh, nice. I got that.
Yeah.
That's a good record.
all right. Are we getting better, people? Are you chilling out with your
I
non?
agree. Yes. Oh
I
wow.
like this record. This is her first record, I believe. So this is good.
Is that like 80s?
No, This
Early
is-
90s?
wait. This is 87. Yeah, it is.
87, okay.
You know what? There's an old saying, a wise old man said the other day.
What do you want, Rob? Is that what he said? What do you want waxed?
Oh, no, that's the other saying. It was more directed at a guy I sort of resemble, but he's much older than I am.
Stunty, come on up.
Yeah, for sure. Oh, that's great. That's really
Yeah.
cool.
I like this. This is their second album? No.
I don't know. I have no idea.
Oh, it's the first one, Birthdays.
I mean, pause for a second. So, for a thrift store haul, this is fucking nuts because all I ever find is like broken 78s and like
Dude,
Andy
dude,
Williams and
I
shit.
haven't even gotten to the best stuff yet.
I know.
so-
I'm just saying. Like I've never found an
Look,
actual record
look
I
at him.
wanna buy.
You know what? You should be a mime, Fred, because he's just not impressed by
You
anything.
keep going. What is this, like 600 records or something?
It's 101.
105, dude.
Oh,
Five.
Jesus. Yeah, keep going. Keep going. Don't let us.
Mazzy wants the sugar cubes.
Well, I think it goes for more than that, Mazzy.
All right, let's go back to it. What do we got here? So another Susie record. Awesome.
Yeah, there's like 3 Susie. This is a compilation, and this is British, UK.
Yeah, this is a crazy haul. Oh, that's a great record. I love that record.
I
It's one
think
of
for
their-
me, I just feel a little misled because I came to the Jazz Bum show. I thought you were gonna have found like, I think that's what it is, Rob. It's that I came to the
wait.
Jazz Bums. I expected you to have like a fat stack of Impulse records that someone dumped off at the thrift store. And
Well, where in the title did it say the
it
wax?
didn't. You're
and the
completely right. I think it
And
might
did
have
it say
been you.
Epic Jazz Hall, Impulse Blue Note?
No, you're right. You're totally right. Keep
Dude,
going.
dude, you're like the kid who expected to get a gift on Christmas and is not getting that gift.
Well,
You open up the empty Xbox.
we're only on what,
Boxes
album
full of
20 or
socks.
something, so
No, we've gone through it pretty fast. This you can find like $1, Ben, but this is in mint condition, and I like this album.
There's one good song on that record. Yes,
Well, actually, Gold is good too.
Gold's good too. Okay, the rest of it's
there's
terrible.
a joke on have you seen the sitcom Modern Family?
Mhm.
There's where the wife rents like the bass player spend how do you pronounce that? Spandau Ballet?
Yeah,
Spent LA, yeah.
Yeah.
You know what it means, right?
I have no idea.
So Spandau was one of the places they hung all of the Nazis. It was a prison. They hung the Nazis, and it was the ballet they did when they were hanging. That's what they named it after. Yeah.
yes. My friends, Omnivore, they put out the lead singer, did a bunch of albums. They put out a few of his stuff. Or I've had this before. And you know Art of Noise, right, guys?
Yes.
So It's yeah. There you go.
That's neat.
Here's another Style Council album. This is a UK pressing live, and I think you guys should stream. You would like Style Council, and it's a
I'm gonna
promo.
check that out for sure. I'm not familiar with them at all. Are you,
Another-
Fred?
No, I'm not.
Style Council. It's poppy jazz stuff. It's Paul Weller did after he left the Jam.
So this is 80s?
Yeah, 80s.
Okay, cool.
They were popular in the U.S. They were. They had a few hit songs.
Oh, that's cool. I like that.
Yeah.
How do those new wave, real quick? How do those new wave records sell? Like you've been selling records for a while now.
Again, they're like $10 to $25 records. I think enough people bought them that they're not like rare.
Right.
We got to.
It is the Jazz Channel, man. That's what we started with the
That
jazz.
Berlin album is a dollar bin record.
You know, let me say something to Rob, and I'm not going to dump on you. You think I'm always going to dump you. Those are really good records. Those are a lot of records. Was that crossover period that I was leaving vinyl, getting into CDs. I mean, I'm a big fan, as you know, of that Sinead O'Connor and all those bands. That kind of new wavy thing. I like that late '80s and mid '80s stuff. So.
Still got a lot of good.
Stunty hates Style Council, so that means it might be good.
They're they're a very French pop nouveau chic kind of cafe style. I don't say like Sade because she doesn't really do that. But did you ever see Absolute Beginners? The movie.
Yeah, they're too young.
Because they have a couple tracks on that soundtrack too.
Yeah, it's kind of hip, kind of.
Yeah, Rob Walker loves them because it's a Jam spinoff.
Check out this comment. The next VMP anthology box is going to be Cadet Records. Is that the Argo label?
Yeah.
Well, no, I just found one. I found a Roy Bryan album today on Cadet that I didn't buy.
What happened to the Impulse box?
Who
There's
knows?
supposed to be an Impulse box.
There's been rumors for that for a while.
True.
I don't think they're bored. I see what you're saying. I like they're nothing like the Jam. They don't have the pop kinks.
No, Ever Changing Mood. Their biggest song in the U.S. was Ever Changing Moods.
Yeah,
Good
I mean
song.
they got a sound. You know, it's accessible, but it's a sound. It's very catchy.
Okay. So soft cell.
That's
What's a hit with the dun dun?
Yeah, but I don't think that's on this album.
Oh.
Bum, bum, you know.
Dun, dun.
All right, here you go. Kraftwerk.
Oh, that's
Nice.
cool. Yeah, that's nice.
Yeah. This is actually it is a big collection of non-country of origin records, which is not a bad thing.
Is that Kraftwerk one of the ones that was translated into English?
Probably.
I don't
German
know.
English versus German.
If it's an American album, yes.
No, but this is the U.S. This is the U.S. version.
Tainted Love. That's right, Bradley.
Tainted Love. But not all their albums had English and German versions.
Right. That's what I'm.
Tainted
wondering
Love,
what that
right?
is.
Yeah.
I don't know much about them. Well, that was the cover photo. Yeah.
Yeah. I have that one already, so that might make it into the auction.
Yeah.
Another Susie record.
That's a covers album. That's a great record. She does a Passenger on there. She does
Strange Fruit.
and she does
Oh,
the Doors album. What's the Doors song? This Wheels on Fire is on there.
Yeah.
The villain song.
Little Sea Breeze, Lost Little Girl.
Lost Little Girl. Sea
Yeah,
Breeze
Mark.
is that Roxy Music song.
Another Susie.
Damn,
Promo.
all the Susie. So, Mark, yes, these are all cheap thrift records. They were $2 a piece, right?
That's
Yep.
that's a
$2.
good. I mean, you got a good deal. All those records.
A lot of these records don't look like they were played.
All those
If-
records in a city would be $15 to $25.
They
Exactly.
could be haunted, though. Have you
That's
thought
true.
about
No, dude, everything I get is haunted. Have you seen my life lately?
that? Okay. Oh, good.
Sure.
Yeah, Mark, they're good ones. Yeah.
Oh wow, Bowie. That's an easy to sell record.
I'm not selling all of these, man. Okay, now we're moving on. Oh, here's a record, Mazzy. I want to know if you've heard of this person.
Sandy Shaw. Yeah, she. In fact, I might want that. She's.
Okay.
In fact, I did recently. Brit Girls of the '60s.
Yeah.
She's one of them. She was one of the It Girls, Brit Girls, like with Dusty Springfield and Lulu, and Mark. Yeah, or actually not Mark.
Okay, I'll put that aside.
Yeah,
All right,
that
now
and the sugar cubes would be my first choices for me. But
oh,
nice.
yeah, Purple Rain,
Purple Rain.
which is good because I wanted to get more into Prince.
Do you not have that record already?
No,
Oh wow.
not
sold
on
mine.
not
I had
not
some
on vinyl. Not on vinyl.
that's a great record.
There you
That's
go, Stevie Wonder.
Oh, that's cool.
I'm good. Some of these I have of Stevie Wonder, so I might sell. This probably is my favorite individual Stevie Wonder record.
Does that have the Braille? Is that with or without Braille
Yep.
on the back? It'd be the back.
Oh, that's
front.
cool.
Yeah, that's
That is
good.
cool. Does it have the poster? Which one?
You know what it says? When you know what the Braille says? It says country of origin.
It is the country of origin there, Mazzy.
I know. That's why it
Yeah.
says country of origin. It's
That's what
for
it says.
No poster.
Dear
That's
Prudence is probably my favorite Susie
Secret
song.
Lights of Plants is his worst album ever put out.
Yeah.
Who wants
12.
this? It's a double
That's-
album.
That's like Blue Moves for Elton John,
This is a double album.
in
Oh,
my
Prince.
opinion. In
Have
one
you heard
man's
that,
opinion.
Rob? Have you heard that record?
No. Well, is there a song on here that's a hit?
No. It's
No.
like Stevie Wonder with a synth is what it is.
Yeah, you know, it might, maybe it's even good today.
It was a soundtrack.
Kinda, yeah.
Oh, that's cool. I like the Commodores.
That's probably a fun record.
You know,
just said
Mazzy was just texting me about this album the other day.
I was.
No, you weren't.
No.
The Jets. Prince is Kevin's favorite. Let's go. I love Prince too.
Erykah Badu live.
Oh, that's pretty neat.
Yeah.
That's true. Breakfast, Loyola. I'm thinking of his worst '70s album, probably.
Mazzy, what do you mean it was kind of a soundtrack? It was. What do you?
Yeah, but wasn't it? I didn't realize it was ever a movie or something. It was a
Yeah, it was a
project.
documentary.
Was it? Okay.
That's true, John. Wilson
It
John
does-
Denver.
Even though the 45 is not in here, the 45 is somewhere around here.
You know, I did get rid of all my Stevie Wonders because they were all pretty beat, and I've been like, one day I'll get them back. So if I would have found those for
if
$2,
you behave yourself the rest of the stream, you might find a Stevie Wonder under your
okay,
farmer tree.
I'll
Or
be on my best behavior.
Oh, wow.
John Day. Nice.
Great. Greatness.
Is that original?
original.
You know what
original
That's
product.
SADE, pronounced Mazzy.
Mhm.
This is cool.
Is that an expensive record?
No, it's not.
It's not.
You know what? Talk to me, Mike, because I have the box, which I like the box,
Yeah.
and I also have another copy of this. That
Box is probably getting pricey.
Ooh, what's this? Oh,
Oh, cool. I like that. Sugar
So
Hill
that-
Red.
box.
yeah, it's a box that Rhino put out in
Oh,
'97.
Is it
How many
CD?
records? How many records?
So one, it's mostly CDs, but there is some vinyl on here.
I've got a couple of old 12. Yeah, I've got a couple of records that look just like that.
It's got the message from Grandmaster Flash.
I have that 12-inch. Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
This nice book, but it's mostly CDs.
So it's
That's
probably
something
did. It's,
for
would,
20 or 30
would that
bucks.
be digital? Would that be digital?
There's an old saying that comes out of Louisiana from back in the day.
Via Kansas?
Via Kansas. It's what we say when people talk bad about box sets.
Oh, it's
This is the most valuable record I think I picked up today, but I don't know this person. You know, does
Mazzy?
anyone know?
I can't see it.
no idea.
You're moving it around. No,
There we
you
go.
got to turn it the other way. But it's okay.
Well, that's actually the way it goes.
No, but the type we're trying to read it. Estero. I don't know that.
I've never heard of that either.
Yeah, this goes for depending on condition.
What genre is it?
I think it's electronic hip and stuff.
That was the first album Stunty ever got.
Yeah,
Oh, that's cool. I love that record too.
right. What's your favorite song? That's not on here. Head to toe. Do I know any of these songs? I'm all cried out. You do. You like to cry to that song, right, Chris?
Oh, yeah. And masturbate at the same time.
What?
Oh,
Just kidding.
Rockers.
This is a comp, a British comp. I talked to Stunty about.
What's the price tag on the front of it say?
$9?
Hey, you got it for two. That's a deal.
Yeah, well, no, but this is actually from someone bought it at Freak Beat, which is a good store here.
Oh, that's what I'm saying.
Listen, yeah.
I'm probably keeping this one.
That's a good comp, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah. But that was a CD era when that came out. That's good.
Yeah, this is original.
Yeah.
Well, these are hot stampers, Rob.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
This one,
That's
when she came out, I go, wow, she is so hot.
Correct.
She made good records. She made good. Yeah.
Well, her dad was very good.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a good one too. Yeah.
Again.
Great record.
Yeah, this is a score.
Yeah, a few of these I would have grabbed.
Yeah.
That's a good George Michael record.
It is.
Absolutely.
It's probably his best one.
Well,
No,
yeah.
wait. It's not his best one.
It doesn't have the model song on it.
Yeah, that's his best song.
Yeah.
This is a promo.
Yeah.
That's cool.
I had that from the Coleman collection. That's the only reason
Right.
I have it.
Wait, that's
Yeah.
Don Cherry's daughter. Is that real? I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I'm stupid.
I think we're missing Felipe, but we could each pick our favorite New Edition member.
Well, we got Fred here.
I think I'm too young to be here.
You're not too young. Come on.
This is a very specific era of music.
This is a very specific era. That's true.
Wait, the best stuff is still yet to come, guys.
Oh my
Yeah.
god. Okay.
Shaka Khan?
What'd you say?
Shaka Khan.
What'd you say?
Chaka
What's
Khan,
that?
Chaka
Shaka
Khan.
Khan? Shaka Khan? Shaka Khan?
Yeah.
You know, I like 80s except for when they get into piano flourishes, that
Ooh.
electronic thing they did on keyboards in some records, and
Yeah.
electronic drums. I kind of got turned off with some of that stuff.
Cool in the
It's-
Gang. That's got to be a funky record.
The barge.
The Barge, nice.
Man. That'd be cool.
Yeah, that is neat. Baggy wants the New Edition because when he was a kid, his boombox ate the tape he had.
Well, a lot of people need to start treating me with respect around here.
Oh God! Don't hold shit over your friends. That's really
Well, you know what?
really a rude. That's really rude.
Right now, here, I don't know what to make of these. Because these are $2 a piece, but I have a bundle of Tina Marie records that might go tomorrow.
I think you overpaid for those.
But here's an interesting thing. Remember, I showed my friends putting this record out for Record Store Day, and ironically, I found a promo of it.
That's the one that Tom Rashawn did the letter, the calligraphy on the front.
Yeah, well, I'm sending you the reissue one for Record Store Day.
Cool. Thank
Yeah.
you.
So that's kind of funny, right?
It's
I mean, that I showed it this morning and I went out. Okay, here is probably the best part of the hall.
Okay.
Wait, actually, here's the best part of the hall right here.
Did you have a hand truck?
Oh my God.
No, they had a cart that they gave me. So,
Oh,
all right, here's the best part of the hall.
Did you
All
go
right.
for the Jewish
Here we
Home
go.
for the Aged for this?
Is that Smithsonian box actually like
Yeah, no, it is.
Yeah, they sound
I
good.
mean, two of the records. The last bunch is good, great stuff. They're not the best pressings.
oh wow.
That's like those Time Life series and Smithsonian
Yeah.
series.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's really
People always have them, and they used to get them for subscriptions,
I
and
mean,
they
but
hardly
the-
would play them.
Like
Yeah.
the beginning stuff is
good.
there.
Sonny Rollins +4 is a record I'm looking for.
Yeah. Jazz
Yeah,
comps
you-
are
you
really
can
hard.
find
Through jazz in time.
I already have one of my own, so this will probably go tomorrow.
No, you know who that needs to go to is Elliot Cruz. He really wanted to listen to like a linear progression of
Dude, that's
jazz.
the perfect way to do it for sure.
Because jazz comps are really hard to listen to, I find, because it's it's such a varied genre. Like
Okay.
pop hits. Pop hits from a year work in a weird way, but
Right.
Are we ready for the best part of this hall?
Yeah.
yeah, we've been
Here we
that
go.
routing for about an hour.
Okay.
Oh wow.
That's a great
Boo.
record. I love that
Yeah,
record.
that was great.
Boo.
I would want these if I didn't have them already.
I don't
Yeah.
have them. Mm.
They're really good. That's
Yeah.
a great period. Yeah,
Wow.
Yeah.
your arsenal.
Yeah.
Oh,
That's crazy.
yeah.
Although it is wild you found these, I think. But
That is
Yeah.
nuts. Holy
I
shit.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's the best one. Is that
I
every
actually I have a promo of this that I was selling,
it's
but I might
every day on Sundays on there, right?
Yes, it is.
Yeah, that's what a great song. Wow, God, and good. That's a really good score, actually.
Yeah,
I've
that's
never
crazy.
seen that one. What's that? What is that? Is that a 12-inch?
No.
I've never seen that one. Yeah, that's a 12-inch. That's a
Yeah, it's
12-inch.
12-inch.
I mean, that's a single.
All right.
12-inch single.
Here's the next, and this is the ending the hall. Okay.
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 Yeah, that's
Oh,
good.
wow.
I have that.
Oh, jeez.
Wow.
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 This is good stuff. This is you're gonna make some money on it. That's their last album.
This
Wow.
is crazy.
Well, that's a
Yeah,
12-inch.
that's kind of crazy
single.
for $2. All right, I'll
Damn.
give you all that.
I love that record.
I didn't know Ellen DeGeneres posed for album covers.
Yeah,
Well, those are 12-inch singles. That whole series.
Now
I have all the UK 12-inch singles of those. You know, you should do a batch of Smiths. You should sell a batch of Smiths.
No,
to the
I want to
auction.
keep. I want to keep some. Okay, here's the last thing, and this is really cool.
Okay.
God, the Jazz Hall was something else.
I got jazz records to show too, man.
Hey, what's that?
Well, you are a doubter.
Yeah.
I want that.
What is that?
What is it?
That's a Billie Holiday comp.
Wait,
What
wait,
is
wait,
it?
wait till I show you how cool this is.
Okay,
Okay.
is it
So
records?
this is CDs
Oh,
done in this style, but this is a really cool book. So
This 78 album.
they look
Yeah.
like 78s, but they're CDs.
Oh, neat. That is neat.
That's pretty cool.
how much does that go for?
Some money.
I don't even have my CD player hooked up, so I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about.
Yeah, but do you have to get your car fixed?
Yeah, I can't be buying records. But it was like a $2 thing, and I just paid for shipping or something. Then
Who put that out, Rob?
This is Columbia. Here's the hype sticker.
Oh,
That's the Columbia stuff.
that's pretty
Nice.
cool.
Pretty,
If
that
I
is
like
very cool.
CDs,
I mean, it's fine. It's all old shit anyway, so it's going to sound just as good on CD as it would on vinyl.
Yeah.
All right,
Nicole-
so
it's not about that for me. It's about like having to limit myself to collecting a specific format, because if I started collecting everything, it would just be a nightmare of.
Yeah, tell me about it.
Do you still buy CDs, Mazzy?
Occasionally, if it's a collection or a set of not on a regular basis.
Right.
I used to want to get not on a regular basis.
Do you get into SACDs?
I have some, but I never got into that whole. I have some that are, but except for maybe 5, I didn't buy them because they're SACDs. There's a Dylan hybrid box I have. There's a Stone series of the whole APCO Stone stuff that were hybrid that I have, but I didn't buy them because they're at the time I didn't have an SACD player, but you could play them. But now my Oppo plays SACDs.
Mazzy has a 5.1 room where he only listens to things that have been remastered.
I don't anymore. I know you're kind of joking, but when I sold my those L100 downstairs here, I dismantled when I sold my Rotel and I bought that the Hagel. I got rid of my surround upstairs. I just don't. I like it for movies, but I don't really not set up for that. But music, it just bores me. I mean, I want to hear stereo or 2-channel music.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, there's not that many records that they do that with, right? It's like Pink Floyd and like, Well, there's a lot. There's been a lot. The Beatles stuff they do, but I take pride in having my TV up on my wall between my speakers.
Just to piss off Michael.
So
Pardon me?
I
Is
said,
that just to piss off Michael 45?
No comment.
so who else got some records?
I got I'm gonna go grab a couple records.
All right.
oh wow, yeah, make all my shit look bad now.
That's fair.
That's
Yeah,
just
Oh
sad.
wait, I did pick up a record. Maybe this might impress Fred. Let's see.
That's Wax. That's an amazing haul. Seriously, the later pop stuff you got, all those Smiths records, to find them all, the whole catalog almost.
Yeah, that's pretty nuts.
And
Yeah,
the
that was
Morrissey
wild.
stuff.
Now I would have left some of the I just can't get over Morrissey.
I know, that's fucking crazy haul there.
It did. All these
You
were
mean
$2.
politically? Politically?
For $10.
Well,
Hey, we tolerate Rachel. Why can't we tolerate Morrissey?
Hey, listen.
And she's listening. It's okay because she gets it.
So, yeah, for sure, the Smiths records go for a lot, right? Were they originals?
Yes, these are all originals. In
Original
fact,
Americans. That's what I have.
no. Let me look.
Are they
I was looking-
UKs? Oh, if they're
Yeah.
UKs, that's even different. I'm more impressed. I think they're Americans, Rob.
This is US. Some of them are UKs.
They look like Americans to me, but I could be wrong. They look
This
like
is
Sire.
US.
They look
this
like
is-
Sire.
This is UK.
That's rough trade then, right?
Well, rough trade's on this, but it's
Well,
the
Sire. It always says Sire / rough trade.
all right.
on the
This
American.
this is a US promo. This is US.
Nicole likes your Lester Bowie record.
Thank you, Nicole.
All right.
Mark Glassman, you're a mensch.
Hey, Mazzy, do you have? I know you don't have this album, and you've been looking for it for a while.
I can't see it.
Oh, it's a Pfizer release for doctors.
The early phases.
I think
Mazzy-
my I think my CG artist did the cover for that.
You said Dr. David Kippis is your favorite.
You're right. I've done so much pharmaceutical. Mike and I have talked about that a little bit. I've done so much pharma work.
Oh,
I get
God.
paid. I don't want to be made fun of, but this is actually my favorite Elton John album, and I've never seen it on vinyl, so I
Let's
picked
make-
it up.
I'm still standing.
Oh, you're totally wrong.
Wait, it's my favorite, Mazzy.
You're totally
It's mine.
wrong. No, when I said my MoFi Waiting for Columbus is my favorite of the 3 versions, Michael said I was totally wrong. You're wrong, Mazzy. You're wrong, Mazzy. Hello, Stumpy.
Does anyone know who these people
Hello,
are?
Norm.
No.
No.
Hey, Stumpy.
Okay, Mike, what'd you get? Now he's pulling out
All right.
diabetes records and
All right. let me get big here.
Hey, listen, everyone should check their blood sugar.
All right, so there's this shop around me called the Archive, and they actually specialize in like old, I don't know what you'd call it, but it's like horror films, but they're not like major releases. And when I go in there, there's like a bunch of kids that hang out there, and that's like what they primarily specialize in. But they do have a record shop upstairs, and it's okay. I mean, they don't get too much in. And then downstairs, they basically have like dollar bins. The most expensive records downstairs are probably $5, and they're literally like crates and crates and crates. So whenever I have like time, I'll just go and just dig through them, and usually there's nothing, like absolutely nothing.
right.
But I was digging, and I came across this. And this is a Ella Fitzgerald record.
Mm-hmm.
That's
it's
the Buffett cover.
What's that?
The illustrator's Buffett.
Bernard Buffet.
So I saw this and I got pretty excited. I'm
Buffet,
like, cool.
buffet.
Let me check the condition, because a lot of times when I do find good records down there, they're just so beat that I can't even buy them.
Is that original?
This is an original. So this is George and Ira Gershwin, right?
Yeah, that's
So
Verve.
then I'm like, great, I'm pulling this. Like, I'm definitely gonna pick this up. So I put this to the side, and then I move to the next like row of records, and I find the other 4.
Oh, that's awesome.
So I got the 5-volume set. They were $5 each, and they're VG to VG plus. I mean, I think they sound really good. They probably could use an ultrasonic, but they sound really good. And for $25 to get the set,
I've never seen the hotel one in the flesh. There's one. I only have 2 out of those of the originals. I have a box set repress, but those are amazing. Yeah,
They
You have
are.
that box set, Mazzy?
I have the box set that they don't have the records in covers, but they have posters. Let me grab it.
And everything is like all the Verve record. They're like nice deep groove.
Ooh.
So yeah, real nice. So I listened to them when I came home. I listened to every single one straight through.
That's awesome.
She is just amazing.
What is that,
There you
Fred?
go.
One of those records are?
Yeah, so the box set that Mazzy's talking about has it's just they're not jackets.
Yeah.
They're-
It has the albums in poly sleeve. Actually, they're not even in poly sleeves, unfortunately. But it has these. Oh, you have those. Yeah,
later Verve label too on the.
Yeah.
yeah. It has.
I
you know,
love Ella Fitzgerald.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
wow.
me too.
She's great.
How come no one pulled out all their Jets albums when I held mine up?
Sorry, Rob.
I have more. So let me go solo. So this
But
one,
they're not in fucking polyline sleeves. I'm gonna go sue them.
So this one, Mazzy, you might have this one. I don't know, but this was a limited record store day release, and I think it's sold out.
Flipper.
And And here, what's that? You want to see the
Just
cover?
kidding. No.
It's this. It's Dizzy and Charlie.
Yeah, I don't have it. I know I've
concert.
seen it, but I don't have it.
The reason why I got this is because it's 1945, and apparently this sounds like very good. And usually their live concerts sound absolutely terrible.
Have you heard it?
I haven't listened to it yet. I'm like waiting for like a night or something.
Was that recorded before Dizzy smoked a joint with me?
No,
Wait, that was in the basement?
No, this wasn't in the basement. This was upstairs.
All right.
This was expensive, but it was cheaper than what it goes for on Discogs now.
That's
but
cool. That's
I
great.
was debating if I should. The thing is, like, I try to get like Parker in my collection, but I don't know. I find it difficult to buy his records sometimes. Like, I want good quality records, and I have some of his Savoy stuff, and
you can't expect his stuff to sound like the Blue Notes or anything else. He's my favorite jazz musician, hands down.
So I thought, like, for 1945, supposedly this sounds good, like, you know, for the time. So I was like, let me get this, and it's on yellow, which is I'm not really into, but yeah. All right, so that's that. This next one, I got familiar with this one from John DeVore. He showed it on one of his channels and said it's like his best record, magnum opus level stuff. And this is Duke Ellington, Black, Brown, and Beige. And it's like a jazz symphony featuring Mahalia Jackson. I don't know if you guys are familiar with it, but this is
I have that one.
It's an OG, and it's 6 deep groove, all that kind of good stuff.
Best gospel singer in the world.
Yes.
And I haven't gotten into this one just yet either, but I'm just trying to get, like, Duke has so much stuff, but I want to, like, kind of cherry pick his catalog. And I
you need Blues in Orbit, man.
I want to get Blues in Orbit. I want to get Indigos.
Yes.
I want to get the one that they reissued at AP, the
symphony one with the red cover.
The red cover one, yeah.
Pieces or whatever. I think it's called.
Yeah. And then that's all I got from the store. And then these are two in the mail that I got from Chad's recommendations. Speaking of Chad, the man of the hour, he had the Pablo. You guys saw the Pablo video he did.
Yeah.
So this was one of his recommendations. This is
Mike, fuck you, dude.
What? So this was originally, I think, a Verve record back in, I don't know.
Oh, shut the fuck up! I misquote myself.
And Pablo reissued it, so wow. I don't really have any Art Tatum. I do have some Ben Webster, but I thought this would be cool to add. And apparently, it sounds really good. And then, I pulled the wrong one. Anyway, I got another Pablo, the Bassy Jam one, which had a really cool lineup. Yeah. So that's what I'm listening to lately.
Do you have the Live in Newport Ellington already, Mike? I think
I have the MoFi one.
The MoFi one, yeah.
Yeah, it sounds good.
I did pick this up today, too.
Nice. That's Pablo too, right?
Yeah. I've been getting all the Pablos.
Which one is that?
Now because Chad's done 2 videos on them, and I don't know. I feel like people are buying them. Is that Stunty?
Yeah, Stunty's here. What you need is the on Pablo.
Which one is that, Rob?
Cecil Taylor, Mary Lou Williams concert. Talk about a wild.
Really? Yeah, I was surprised that there was John. Like, I didn't realize John Coltrane, because I was always associating Pablo with the kind of old guys.
Yeah, but so Mary Lou Williams and Cecil Taylor, she had this really kind of contentious relationship with the avant-garde, and they decided to get together for a concert. But she's like really trying her best to reel him in the whole time. It's almost combative. It's not like a cooperative type concert. It's like she's like screaming for her rhythm section to come in at times. It's not a very interesting concert for sure.
Yeah,
so you see that a few bucks, grab it. You got to listen to it at least.
There's a Cecil Taylor on Contemporary, I think, that is actually pretty affordable.
Most of his stuff is. There's what was that Arista Freedom label?
Well,
he has a bunch of stuff on there that's cheap.
So some people are starting to get into Pablos. For a long time, people thought they were a little too easy and late. I know they thought they were late in life career stuff, and
well, it was late in life career.
Yeah, but they're really well recorded and nice sounding records. They're not challenging records, but they're really good records.
Yeah, they do sound really good.
I mean, I found a copy of this the other day. This is really good.
Yeah, I listened to that recently. That thing. I don't know who comes in on trumpet because there's 3 trumpet players. But that first trumpet, it like knocks you back because of how loud.
This is probably the best out of all the bassies I picked up. This is great.
Yeah.
This is awesome.
Haven't listened to that one yet.
Big Four.
This is really good.
Or any
Wow.
of those gatefold jackets. I feel like the
Oh,
jackets vary. Like sometimes they feel like stocky, like a Stoughton, and sometimes they're a little flimsier.
Yeah, I'm probably. I found another copy of this. I'm selling it, but I got all these Kansas City ones. That.
Yep.
You sound
I'll
so.
tell you
Carl,
the thing I wanted
Carl
to ask
found a
you.
lot. Oh, sorry.
The thing I wanted to ask you, Fred, is I picked up the. Oh, he ran away. But I picked up the John Coltrane Pablo. When he puts his, I picked up that. The recording is really good.
What?
The Pablo, which one? The double one that's
Yeah.
African.
The blue and red
I'll
cover.
re-listen to it. I don't know that I found. I mean,
The recording for something, I thought that was quite a good recording. It's not like stellar, but I mean, it's really good.
Yes, Tugga, it is. I'll grab it. Hold on. I think my family's
By the way,
at the beginning,
I
but I'll grab
I
the
dispute and disapprove 95% of what has been said in the
Well,
past
you
like
know-
15 minutes.
Well, thank you.
What? You don't like Pablo?
He doesn't like anything.
It's not that I like everything, but Pablo, come on, like it's not that I don't like it. It's like there's nothing to talk about. It's not that. Yeah, well,
There
That's
you
what
go.
we're talking about.
Wrong, Stunty. Look at this.
Boom.
yeah, this could be cool, and this has a quite better the cover art. Like it shows, even if you don't know the names, like even the cover is pretty cool.
This
And-
is cool. I've shown this.
No,
Yeah,
I wanted to. Oh,
That's
no.
the one.
This is Ellington and Ray Brown, and it's just the
Yeah.
two of them, and I think it's pretty interesting. It's not, I mean, it's not out there, but like how they play off each other, it's pretty playful. It's not like just traditional like Ellington stuff. It sounds really cool.
I wanted, yeah, this one is great. This is, but I wanted to ask Mazzy a question about the point of contention I have. Not
Don't
with him.
ask me questions and then
Okay,
inbox
I'll
me
read it
later.
out.
Wait.
It was a great first appearance on the Jazz Bomb show. So
You're welcome back anytime.
I'm here with the Friday.
where's
Fred.
my friend Rob?
Stunty, don't ask me and challenge me, and then 3 hours later inbox me and apologize. Okay.
Oh, I will never apologize for a question.
Okay.
No, but no, it's about this whole idea of like promos. Like for me, a promotional release is not like I don't care about that, but like what Rob is showing, these promos, for me it's a regular release with a promo stamp on it, which is
Yeah.
for me it's different because like these stamps, like I personally find them ugly, and generally collectors, when you have these, like basically it devalues the cover. It's like a near mint would be a VG plus.
I know what you mean.
It doesn't, but I might be wrong. Like you,
Well,
like
I think the difference is, see, a lot of promos weren't originally because they would do promos for 5 years after the record came out again. They'd give
exactly.
salespeople, but the white label promos are usually the ones that were first off or early, very first or early off the press. That's
Either
different.
Either the white label promos or records that all, like you see, there's a difference in the cover or on the label that is like, and it says on it, it's printed that it's a promo. Like a stamp for me, it's not a promo. It's not what I call a promo.
Yeah.
It's
Well, there was either sometimes there were stickers. Sometimes some labels I don't know if they got lazy. They just did a hole punch or a clip, and they weren't cutouts. And I'm not talking about cutouts where they were over pressings and cheaper ones, but sometimes they would do just
the
a
cutouts
hole.
usually are not like the originally.
Those aren't promos. Those are just over.
No, they're returns. They're returns.
What about
to
the hole
distributor.
punch?
Well, they're not always returns. They're excess stock, and they cut them so we would buy cheap records for the store, but sometimes you'd get these cutouts. You could buy cheap from a separate wholesaler, and you'd still have a record in print of the exact same thing, and they clipped them so you couldn't return them for full value.
Yeah,
because in those days,
like
a retailer
in the
could return
60s,
records.
In the 60s, there were lots of records that had like in the back cover, like especially with European pressings, when you had like they fold glue like in the back, and there would be like a little piece of the cardboard that you could detach, and if
Yeah.
you detached it, then you could. It was so that you could send that to the distributor or the label to see to tell them, okay, this. Instead of shipping for the full cost the record as a return, you would just ship that
Right.
little send
Well,
the little,
the good analogy of that is paperback books in the book business. If you had like a big, like Crown Books or B. Daltons, remember those book chains? They wouldn't ship the excess books back. They'd rip the covers off and just rip the covers of the paperbacks back, so they
exactly.
couldn't sell them and they'd get credit towards other
Exactly.
products.
So we have
But
a
the re-
question from Eddie. It's pretty general because I think Stunty, you were just saying there's different types of promos. Like the early 50 promos were probably different than the 70s one with the stamp
Yeah.
on the
Not
cover.
necessarily. It's like it all depends from labels, from country. Like,
Yeah.
like there's no real rule, but like a
It's
promo,
hard to tell. You know, if it's a
There's
white
no-
label promo, usually can tell it's an early off the stamper.
Yeah,
and
but
even that doesn't necessarily mean it's better.
Yeah. Plus,
Right.
the white label promo is a thing. It's a US thing,
Yeah.
and for major labels only.
Yeah. Columbia, Warner Brothers, ABC.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Reprise.
Yeah. Reprise. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm
so
glad
no,
you
it
guys
doesn't
say
necessarily sound bad.
reprise.
I think some people just like collecting promos, like just having like I was watching Dylan from Noble Records. He has like promos of like original Led Zeppelins, and that he's just into it because he just thinks it's cool.
He's all in
but
on this.
like-
Well, that's my Beatle collection. People wonder why I have all these copies. I have promos. I have different label variants. I have cover variants. So it's not just I have the same record 37 times, which is true. I know. But I like the variants, different countries, like your dentist friend. What's his name?
Lipa.
No, I'm kidding. He sent me those 2 Brazilian Beatle records, and I didn't have those. It's cool.
But most promos,
Rita, what's up, buddy?
like what we call. Okay, yeah.
That was
what we
me.
call
Sorry.
promos usually are records that are meant for journalists or for DJs, and
Exactly.
usually they
or
have
record buyers. I mean, wholesaler
Reps.
buyers. Like if you're a buyer at Tower Records, you get promos. That's what I mean. Not like consumer buyers, but if you work for a record chain, you get free promos.
Wouldn't they use them to play in the store too?
Yeah, you get. See, I got
but-
promos because I manage a record store. The promo
But
guys.
if I can
come in
finish a sentence, my point was that these records are distinctive usually from when it's a big label or semi-big label. They have a specific cover that like it's printed promo somewhere on it. It's not this gold stamp. The gold stamp thing is, as Mazzy was saying, usually done after the fact, and when it's not, it's something of the 80s, 90s, in my experience.
Warner Brothers had those big, sort of purplish red Warner Brothers.
Oh yeah,
stamps.
that too. Yeah, that's.
Yeah.
What,
in fact,
what would
the
this
coal
be
mine.
then?
Yeah.
Would this be considered?
What is that?
Now that's early on. Those are earlier stuff. They used to put the rubber stamp. And they probably just took presses off whatever they did and stamped that because they gave it away and didn't want the DJ or the whoever to return it for a regular record. Yeah.
But it's still,
I don't have a lot like that.
Joe, it's still a regular version.
Yeah, it's right.
Yeah.
Right.
Sometimes it's hard, like, to value a promo if you're using Discogs because you'll have a record and there'll be like they'll have like a main. I know, but like it's a variant of it, so it gets like its own listing in Discogs, and there's less sales of those if there's any compared to the original pressing. So sometimes I list my promos as just regular.
Well, sometimes most of them have the same dead wax, so you just put it in with the one and just say it has the promo stamp on.
Yeah.
So to your point,
because
then,
it's they have the same dead wax because it's the same record,
same
it's
stamp,
label.
same stamp.
Exactly.
I mean, but did promos ever have a dedicated stamper? No, right?
No, but what happens is the white labels were usually just like early.
The first run, right? The first,
more or less. Not exactly, but yeah, more or less.
Yeah.
And some people like the early runs.
Rev says it's cool to have a promo, but as long as it just needs to sound good. That's secondary to the sound.
It depends because often also promos, like not always, but there's lots of label who the promo will have, as it's an early release, like technically, it's very often that the law.
Oh,
Am I back?
Yeah. Uh-oh.
Uh-oh. Now it's looking sideways.
You're back.
We lost your voice.
Yeah. Hey, there was a term that we used to call cleans.
Hey,
Cleans. You know about cleans?
welcome to the stream, Rachel.
In the 70s, we get promo records. Every once in a while, we get promos that were no stamped, not white label. We call them cleans. Sometimes we'd go to a used record store. See, in the 70s, record stores couldn't sell new and used. The labels wouldn't allow the new record stores to sell used stuff because that's competition. So you'd go to the used record store, buy what we call cleans, things that were still in print, that were clean, that not promos. We bring them downstairs, put them in a returns, and trade them for new records. So a lot, and if you got like a box of cleans or promos from a cleans that didn't have a stamp or anything, you'd put them in the returns to get credit back. So it was a little bit of a scam. And then, like, promo guys, after a while, if they had after a few months when a record had run its course, if it wasn't a hit, you might have 3 boxes of a Steely Dan record or something, which is true. I had like 4 boxes of that double greatest hits album by Steely Dan and 2 boxes of Asia. And when MCA bought us and eventually I got laid off, I sold those to used record stores. I mean, looking back on it now, if I'd kept them 40 years, they'd be worth a lot, but they were like promo copies of Asia and the Steely Dan record. It was bizarre. All the free records that were floating around.
What I meant to say before my phone, blah, 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 was that often the last thing that gets shipped to the pressing plant is the cover. So often, advanced copies, you would have the record as is with the final label, but sent in a generic sleeve. So sometimes, like having
12 inches like that.
I've gotten some some albums in white sleeves before the covers were out. Yeah. Like, I mean.
Hey, Stunny, I want to show you a record while he's looking for whatever he's looking for. See if you know this one. I got this weekend. Steve Lacy, Momentum. Have you heard this one? Let me lose Stunty again.
What label is it on, Chris?
Novus.
Oh,
This copy kind of sounds like shit, but it's a really cool record. So Steve Lacy I think Stunny was telling us about him last week. He was a soprano sax player, and it's avant-garde. And then there's like this Swedish singer on it that's like singing Herman Melville poetry too.
Yeah.
It's kind of wild, but I like it. It's $5.
Wow.
This is a CD version, but this is something that my friend from Warner Brothers gave me about 2 months before Whatever You Think of John Fogerty, a solo album, and it was a CD advanced copy. And it's the album, but it's not in the jewel case. It's not the whole thing. It's promo due in stores. And this.
When I was a kid, I used to shop at there's a surf shop in New Jersey called Ron John's. I think they're like all around the world. And I went in and I bought something, and they gave me a complete copy of Pennywise album, Full Circle, which is a great Pennywise album. And it was a promo, and I wish I still had it, but they were giving out like cassette tapes of the full album to just basically everyone. So yeah, it was pretty cool.
What did you
house hunting today?
What did you think of that Steve Lacy record, Chris?
I really liked it. It was weird. I mean, it's got like a lady that sings, like I was saying, Herman Melville poetry or something along with
yeah, that's true. There's some tracks like that, but not all.
I like it.
It's one of I really like that one. It's a cheap one. It's not like one of his biggest records, but for cheap ones, it's a good. It's not the worst entry point at all.
No, it was like $4. So
yeah, good.
Stunty, I think you recommended George Russell on the last stream. Is that right?
I said that for me, the jazz that really interests me, it starts with Aesthetics from George Russell. But I love
I have it coming. An original stereo.
Nice.
Yeah, it came up. I was
Rob
just
is correct.
It came up. I was just doing my searches, and I was like, I'm pretty sure Stunty mentioned this guy, so I started digging into it. And I played it. It sounded fantastic. But then I looked at his discography, and I know he has a lot of later stuff too. That's a little bit more out there. So I thought that was the stuff you were probably most interested in. So I'm happy to hear that the record I got is the one you actually. I think it's his first. I think it's his first lead record.
To say that his later stuff is out there is exaggerating. It's very, it's lovely. Like the best one, I guess, is a dub. Like, yeah, don't be if you are getting. Let me see if I can find it here. Yeah, so sometimes this one, the essence.
Okay.
You can find a one LP version of that, but you want the double LP version of that, and that one is a latter one that is it's a monster record. It's absolutely fabulous. But let me see quickly.
I have a Jazz Bums question until he finds that.
Yeah, what's up?
Okay, Jazz Bums. You're like drug dealers, okay?
Mm-hmm.
You got me to buy these 9 Candide records. I haven't seen one fucking record.
They're coming next week.
Bullshit. That's what he
Seriously,
said.
they are. No, for real.
Well, Wax got you to get all those black jazz too.
I ordered black jazz records.
He got them.
But they shipped those the day I ordered those black jazz records. And
Yeah.
Candide 4 months ago.
Yeah.
I mean, you guys were like you guys were getting bar mitzvahed when I opened those when I ordered those records.
Yeah, none of them are Jewish. No.
Well.
Oh, that's interesting. Look at this, Sonny. Eddie's just saying there's a.
How do you know they're shipping next week? Who told you? I want to see.
Ed has them on his website. Not
yeah.
all of them. Like 2 or 3 of them are coming out next week, and Mike at the Ingress said the same thing.
Yeah, but I think those were the ones that have already been put out.
But won't they wait? Won't they wait to ship me? Didn't I probably, press some
I don't know
box?
who you bought them from. I don't know.
I bought them from Candide.
Oh hell, I don't know.
Can I
got
show?
this.
Isn't it Candid? Is it
Candide.
Candy?
Sorry. I'm thinking of like a
When did you become fancy, Mazzy? That's my question.
I'm thinking of a gay disco.
Blah 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 blah. I got this one yesterday.
Oh, cool.
It's also a cheap one. I haven't listened to it yet, but yeah, Steve Lacy.
Is that
As
Alex?
I said, I have over 100 records of his under different.
Very cool.
Actually, Table Turns. I just sent your T-shirt out.
And Mazzy,
Mike
do you
too.
know,
Your T-shirt went out.
do you know the Applause label?
I do. Not a
Yeah,
lot
they-
about them, but yeah.
They were like I don't know if they claimed that they were an audiophile label, but
No.
they didn't last that long. They did a lot of reissues.
That's because they put out those ugly yellow covers.
I know this is
Okay.
not the same as the cover of the real album.
Yeah.
And then what about
Mazzy? His Candid records are on the way. That's what I'm telling you. They're on the way.
Your T-shirt's on the way too. Sorry.
Oh yeah, this looks interesting. Have you listened to that yet?
I cleaned it last night. I was going to listen to it before the thrift stall haul of all
Thrift
time.
store haul, yeah.
So I'm interested. I picked it up mainly because of Roy Brooks.
Yeah.
You know?
Hey, wow. Okay.
And then that one.
Yeah.
This is really good. I listened to this last night. Very good album.
Yep.
What were you saying, Mazzy?
I don't remember what I was going to say.
Okay.
I picked these two up from Pure Pleasure.
Oh, let's see those. Hang on.
Can we see? Can we?
This
Those
is
are-
Erotica Suite by John Gordon.
Those
Beautiful.
are Strata East,
Right,
right?
East titles, yeah, and John Hicks Hell Spells.
Nice cover. Nice.
Really, really happy to have these.
Wow. Wow.
All the Strata East stuff is great, and they put out a lot of them.
Yeah, I mean those two. I
Right.
sampled a handful of them.
The Bobby Harper is a must get.
Billy Harper.
Billy
Harper?
Harper. Billy Harper.
Sorry.
Must get that one.
I like Harper Valley's PTA, Rob.
Well,
Hey,
you're a big Barbara what's her face Eaton fan, right?
Yeah. Well, Barbara Eden was born in San Francisco. There you go. Hey, Zeb. Yeah. I mean, I hate those. Mostly the Brits. When people say reprise records, it's not. It's reprise. Rhymes with knees.
It's like
Yeah.
Candid.
I did say Candide. I was thinking.
Yeah. Mazzy
right.
also said Charday earlier.
I
Which
did.
I hear a lot of people say.
Well, it's funny. Columbia fucked that up because on their
Charday.
first album it says pronounced Char day, and they fucked it
Yeah.
up for people like me. Yeah. Oh, I get
Hey,
my
what's the
pronunciations
fair?
wrong. I keep calling the guy next or two doors over Stumpy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, can you, Rob? Can you show? I think Eddie was asking. Can you show my "Shut the Fuck Up" T-shirt? I don't have my phone with me. Do you have the?
Can I show another one, Chris?
Yes, of course. Yeah.
This is the great Ed Thigpen of the Oscar Peterson Trio.
Yeah.
His first release as a leader.
Oh,
Kenny
cool.
Burrell, Clark Terry,
Wow.
Herbie Hancock, Ron Carter.
I always talk shit about Ed Thigpen.
Do you?
Well, he
Why?
Yeah.
He has nice
I don't
things
know.
to say about you, Chris.
I mean,
Isn't that a,
It's just a
isn't that a
bit.
Creed? Didn't Creed Taylor produce that? That's Creed Taylor
Yeah,
before
yeah.
CPI.
Yeah. That looks
yeah, I
great.
mean, this what I like about Ed Thigpen is, you know, having historically been a percussionist is, I mean, I think as a drummer he did what you're supposed to do, right? You're not supposed to be like Art Blakey. You're not supposed to be in the spotlight. You're supposed to just keep everything held together, and I feel like he did that for the Peterson Trio.
Oh,
He wasn't a leader. He wasn't a leader like Elvin Jones or
Yeah, or Max Roach. Right. He was
Well,
the glue.
Mazzy, shut the fuck up, dude. So what do you like? What do y'all like better? And Stunny probably hates both of them, so he doesn't have to answer if he doesn't want to.
I really don't like Oscar Peterson.
I know, that's why I already said.
He has such nice things to say about you, Stumpy.
He did. He really did. No, do you like the Oscar Peterson stuff with drums or guitar better?
Drums.
Like the trio, the two different trios, right?
Oh, you like? Yeah. I prefer drums.
You know, I like Oscar Peterson, but to be honest with you, as much as I like him, and I have maybe 5, 6, I rarely play them.
Yeah.
So.
Well, you know, since I've been getting into these Pablos, like the one with it's just him and like Dizzy Gillespie, or there's other trumpet player John Faddis. That's cool stuff. Just a piano and a trumpet player.
I like the West Side Story. The West Side Story album is kind of nice because I like that music.
Well, this talk about Pablo and the Nazis makes me. I just can't help but be thinking about Kanye West right now. Didn't he have an album called Pablo or something like that?
Kanye West. I don't know.
Too insider of a joke.
Yeah, I don't know it either. Can I do a shout out to the Rev? I respect the Rev because he doesn't come up on streams because I think it's just an affliction and he won't do it.
He has night
and he's better off. He's better off.
Because it's because you guys respect.
One was wanting to show a record, so
you guys are taking Rachel way too seriously.
Joe. Oh, yellow cover jazz.
That's right. What do you got, Joe? Hang on.
I rave about this guy.
Oh, Harold Rumsey's amazing.
Yeah, I picked this one up cheap, but
I don't know that.
So he put together a group that played the Lighthouse All Stars. Obviously, it had a rotating cast of characters, but and it was at the Lighthouse. I think it was in Newport Beach. This particular record has Bud Shank, Bob Cooper, but I really like Conti Condoli, Frank Rosolino, Stu Williamson on valve trombone, which I always find interesting. Stu Williamson actually plays valve trombone a lot.
Yeah, I like that.
I have the one because they would feature different instruments. So I actually have the Lighthouse All Stars with the oboe and flute.
Yeah, I know Lee Morgan played with them occasionally. This is a 10-inch.
Oh yeah,
Volume 5. It's kind of the same cast. Bob Cooper, Stan Levy. But yeah, I pick up any of the Howard Rumsey stuff when I find it.
That's where all the white and Jewish jazz artists hung out down there.
Cool. I mean, it's all cool, right?
Formosa Beach and down south. Yeah.
So about George Russell, here is probably one of his best ones. The Out of You.
Cool. That's a great cover. I like that.
That's a great cover.
Riverside.
What is the label on that, Sonny?
And that's the one that features You Are My Sunshine, featuring Eric Dolphy on the clarinet, solo clarinet, playing the intro of You Are My Sunshine. This is, some people consider his solo on this as the birth of free jazz.
Huh.
It's really cool.
What I'm sorry, what is it called again? I'm just looking it up.
The Outer View. The one you got is this one. I'm not sure you got it with this cover.
Yes, with that cover.
Yeah, and then there's a series of 2 volumes, which is the George Russell Sextet at the Beethoven Hall,
Mm-hmm.
and both are great. I only have the second one, but this is also really good. And as you guys were talking about trombone, like a trombonist who's like probably the greatest jazz trombonist, but that the VC seems to constantly ignore, and one of the coolest record cover of jazz.
Roswell.
I have his Impulse release.
I mean, that cover is just worth the. Even if you don't like the music too much, this one is so good, and it's on America, which is a French label.
Okay. Yeah, I've never seen that.
I'll check it out. Thanks for the recommendations, though.
If you want to get it cheap, this George Russell twofer is excellent. I think it's a comp of 3 different albums. But
That's the early stuff. He's the early
but he's still
60s
doing
stuff,
that.
right?
It's very avant-garde stuff. I got this.
What year did you say that Roswell Rudd release is from, Senti?
Oh, this one is let me see. It's from the early 70s, I think.
So it was after the Impulse Everywhere.
Yeah, it's with John Chikai, Louis Moholo, Finn von Eben. So this is stuff he did in. Yeah.
Cast.
There's a composition by Thelonious Monk, Panonica, and the rest is Roswell, like the members of the band, mostly Rudd himself.
And that's pretty free. I mean, he.
It's not like free like free improv stuff like Peter Brodsman. No, it's still based. Like you still can find the blues in this. It's still from that tradition. But sometimes I'm not the best judge of it because like I struggle to see. Well, everything is relative to something else. And when you guys were saying like the George Russell is avant-garde, I don't see it that way, but I can understand it. Like the track I talked about, yes, it is. But
yeah, I probably misspoke there. I just was listening to his early stuff and it sounded different than his later stuff. So I feel like his later stuff. Did he move to Europe later?
George Russell?
Yeah.
Who? George Russell? I don't think so.
Okay.
But Roswell Rudd, he did. Yeah. But if you think about the stuff that Gil Evans did in the 70s, mid 70s, like
Bengali.
Yeah, or the one with the very long track with the vocal, Lifetime, composed by Tony Williams.
Tony Williams' Lifetime. That was his outfit.
Yeah, but
he toured as Tony Williams' Lifetime.
Yeah. But Gil Evans did an album, I think, called Lifetime because of a track composed by Tony Williams called Lifetime. And there's it's a super cheap record. Like me and David and Fred, we've talked about that a lot. And
all these 70s albums are not that expensive.
I think there's going to be a classic reissue Blue Note of Tony Williams Spring. It's not going to be a tone poet, but I think they're going to do that.
That's the talk.
Yeah,
then maybe Michael stop posting it.
I'm actually doing, supposedly, I have a scheduled in November next month doing a talk. I know I'm not as hoity-toity as some of the channels, but I'm doing a talk with Zev Feldman, who does the reissues.
Oh, nice.
And I think also in the first or second week, I'm doing a Joe Harley talk.
Oh,
fantastic. But what I said to Joe is that we're not doing pressings and audio file and that shit. I want him to show 5 albums he loved. It's about the music stupid type of thing. Enough of everyone talking about fucking pressings.
Well, could you ask him one thing I'd love to ask him is how does he figure out what he wants to press? Because it's really his show. And he has access to all these tapes.
Well, see, that kind of stuff I would talk to him about. If you think of some things, feed them to me. $10 a question. I'll get every question on. Because
Imagine-
I don't give a shit about who pressed this and the audiophile and the pressing shit. I mean, not that I don't, but I want to hear about what music he likes, even not jazz.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
Mike, do yourself a favor and buy this one.
Oh, make them big.
Get this for like less than $10.
Let me see. Oh shit,
I have that record.
Chris and I are.
oh
we
shit,
canceled
you have
live.
that record. Okay.
What record is that? I can't see it.
There Comes a Time, Gil Evans.
Okay.
Mike, your first T-shirt series is going to be, can you make him big?
Yeah.
And
And
what's
then,
cool
and then he'll
about it,
make him big while I'm trying to and make him small again.
what's funny about that record is that there's this long track called there comes a time, 16-minute long, composed by Tony Williams. Tony Williams is the drummer on that record, apart from on one track, and that's the track he composed. It's the drummer on this is the reason I got interested in this originally is Bruce Ditmas. Bruce Ditmas didn't do that many records, but he did 2 solo albums or under his name that are the most like he basically shows that he's the best jazz drummer ever. Like there's no contest.
They did Lee Morgan's. Didn't they do the Lee Morgan's Life at the Lighthouse? They did that at the time.
Yeah, they did a huge box.
It
That's
wasn't
a
as a
box
tone
set.
poet. Yeah, it wasn't as a tone poet, but it was.
It was a Tone Poet box set and a CD set. I gotta go. I'm having dinner, but
Okay.
All right.
nice seeing everybody here as
You too,
usual.
bud.
Good seeing you,
Bye,
man.
Mazzy.
This one's for you, Mike.
Oh God. Oh, is that a Bethlehem?
Oh, nice.
I've never seen that before.
So this is
Oh, wow.
Oscar Pettiford
What?
Quintet and Vinnie Burke's Quartet.
Is that rare?
Probably not. A lot of those.
I don't know. I'm not into. I don't really.
I mean,
follow
I
the
look
rarity
for
stuff,
Bethlehem
but-
every single day on eBay and Discogs, and I've never seen that.
Joe,
Yeah, I mean,
that's the one you should get.
Ooh,
can't
what do we
see.
got? Hold on.
No one can see.
Oh, I like that artwork.
A Life in Film and Design. It's a book, right?
Yeah, it's sold
Yeah,
bass. I was just being cheeky. But
No.
Yeah, I mean, I like anything with Julius Watkins. I think it's, I think French
Oh,
horn
yeah,
and
he
jazz
plays
is
French
so
horn,
unique.
right?
Yeah, it's so
Yeah.
unique that, and I love
He
Pettiford.
plays on a
so,
lot of the Candid records.
Yes.
I got a bunch of records. You want to see records?
No, we're here to see.
All right, cool. This one's kind of neat. Cool cover. Buck
Yeah,
Clayton. It's a big band record, from the 50s. What else do we have here? Anybody like Phil Woods?
Yes.
yeah,
This one's pretty cool. Don't say
he
it.
could. Sometimes
alto,
he's
Reed.
interesting.
It's not a tenor, at least. Okay, it's the alto. Come on.
Yeah, no. Sometimes he can be interesting, but like he's such a hit and miss, and like for some I can't predict ever which ones are going to be good with it.
Yeah. How about
I
this
would
one?
get his prestige stuff.
Ralph Kuhn.
Well,
I know
I
this
meant
one.
to
Yeah,
ask you, Chris.
Yeah.
What were your thoughts on that? That like
This one-
Norwegian record that you showed 2 weeks ago. I think
Yeah,
it was like a
okay.
Norwegian group.
This one that Chris is showing, it's not that easy of a listen, right?
No,
If
it's
I
not.
remember correctly.
No, it's not. It's pretty cool though. I like this one. I love MPS. It's one of my favorite labels. anyway.
MPS is great. Yeah.
Yeah. There's an MPS reissue that's all analog that no one buys. I don't think that are amazing. This one's pretty good. I love Warren Marsh and Lee Konitz when they do stuff together. So yeah, that's on Storyville. It's kind of neat. These are all like $5 or $6. What do we got here? Oh, I posted this. This one's kind of
That's
weird.
nice.
It's Hank Crawford with an orchestra. So it's like strings and stuff, but I liked it. What do we got here? Oh, this one's cool. So this is a Hank Jones quartet from like 1956, I think. This is a reissue, a Savoy reissue from '84.
Bobby Jaspar?
Yeah, Bobby Jaspar's on. He plays flute. It's
What's he
basically
playing
Hank
on
Jones, Paul Chambers, Kenny Clark, and then Bobby Jaspar plays flute.
Does he
on
play
it.
flute on that, or what's he doing on that?
Has to. Was that recorded overseas?
No, I don't
No.
think so.
What would that change, Mike?
It
Oh,
wouldn't.
Joe.
It wouldn't
Sorry.
change anything. I was just curious because that.
No, I'm
He
joking.
would be far away
Well,
from
Bobby Jaspar's
US.
he's like a I think
Yeah,
he's a
more
French-
soundstage. You have the full
Anybody know
Atlantic.
Gato Barbieri? Sonny, you know Gato stuff at all?
It's funny,
Yeah,
like
I've started getting more into him ever since you kind of brought him up, Chris.
Yeah.
That you
He's
say
got-
you pick up
it's-
anything.
I had Bobby earlier tonight send me a message over Instagram asking me what I think about Gato Barbieri.
Really?
Yeah,
Bobby who?
Bobby the Spitting
Spitting
That
the
Truth.
truth.
Oh, sweet,
Yeah.
sweet.
I
Well,
just
I'm
picked
trying-
up the last Tango in Paris soundtrack that he did.
Nice.
Yeah.
I like his stuff
But
on.
by the way, you buy a lot of soundtracks, Rob, right?
Yeah, he's.
I buy
recent
jazz
endeavor.
if it's jazz soundtracks. Jazz.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you've shown quite a lot of soundtracks.
Yeah. What of it? What do you want to make?
No,
of it?
I'm asking. Do you buy them because like you like the movies and such, or
Well,
do you listen to the?
In this case, I like Spring Break. I like the movie. There's one good song. There's two good songs on there.
My question
But,
basically is: are there like for you? I wouldn't be, and there's no wrong or right answer, but aren't you buying a lot of soundtracks as like collector
No,
items in a way?
No, I mean either I'll put it up on the wall, or I like the music. I'm not buying any. I'm not buying any of these albums and keeping them for my collection
Yeah.
to collect. I'm buying because I want to listen to the music.
Because there's so many of these movies from the 70s or 80s that we love, and the soundtrack is available, so it's easy to say, "Oh, I want this," and then it's records you will never listen to because there's not.
But
I have about 20 of those.
I bought the
It's-
Indiana Jones
so
soundtrack.
in the 50s, 60s, there were a lot of jazz composed soundtracks. I like those.
Yeah.
I've been collecting those.
I got the Iron Eagle soundtrack.
I do want to get. There's a Duke Ellington one, Anatomy of a Murder. There's one
Yeah,
at my
the
shop.
cover
Right,
is sweet. Yeah.
Who's
there's one at my shop right now.
and it's Soul Bass who did the opening credits to that movie.
Anatomy of a Murder.
Yeah.
Do you have that record? Do you think it's? Would you recommend getting it?
I have it.
It's all right.
Yeah, that's why I left it because I don't know. Ellington has so much. I just want to make sure I'm getting stuff I'm going to listen to.
For me, Duke Ellington, like, get
Everything?
Money Jungle. No.
Money Jungle.
Money Jungle, and then even if it's a latter album, it's a good way to go because he's a guy who is always Duke Ellington in his music, but who's always progressing.
Oh,
So it's
I have
nice
that
to.
album. It's
Yeah,
the song Very Special. I think it's like track 3. We'll put that. I'll just keep repeating it. It's so good.
well, there's also the like Caravan is like one of the biggest jazz tunes ever. Like one of the real timeless standards. Yeah.
Yep. Hey, what did you, Stunty? Did you see that Charlie Parker, Dizzy Gillespie live album I showed earlier?
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah.
Would you be? Are you interested in that type of thing, or is that too early for you?
I'm always curious to listen, but I know it's too early for me. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, it's not that it's too early. It's just like I'm done with that music. It's like learning what I need to learn from this to understand the music from later. I've done that. And I don't get. There's no nostalgia for it either for me because it was part of like. Yeah. I literally, on my last count on Discogs, I have 3,400 something jazz albums.
Oh, wow.
So I don't want to have anything that is just like for archival or reference. It's stuff that, okay, there's at least one track there that, this is special, there's something cool about it.
When you purchase a record, are you thinking about would you use it to DJ or?
I'm always thinking of reason not to buy it. Why should
that's good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the reason is like do I have something that already kind of does the same thing, or is it unique enough? Does it have singularity enough, like a personal voice? Does that like? There's so much jazz that is good. It's good records, but I don't need it because it's not either that special. A lot of jazz is like Rachel's relations with jazz. It all sounds the same in a way. Like but you can go on a much further level where it's still the same paradigm in a way. For me, that's horrible to say about guys who are singular artists, but in the end, there were like you had to produce. There's so many jazz guys. The albums are like their versions of a standard or whatever, but like the guys who really did albums only with their own compositions or with a unique enough take on the composition, often music by Ornette Coleman. That's one of the few jazz composers that lends his music well to being covered by others, because you can do whatever you want with it often.
Do you like Jimmy Joffrey? I feel like you would.
I can be curious about it. He's kind of right at the tipping point for me, where some of it can be interesting. Yeah.
Joe, you have these records, right?
Who?
These box sets.
Yeah, I do. Yeah.
Yeah, no. What do you think about them?
I mean, I think it depends how you approach it, right? If you're looking for the best sounding version, I don't think they're worthwhile. But then again, it's
I don't
hard
know.
to find anything Charlie Parker that's.
I have one OG 10-inch from Savoy,
Mhm.
and I read a review about it from what's his name? He passed away. He used to write for anyway, and he said that he used like this mono cart and all this stuff, and it sounded incredible. So I got really excited. I bought it, and I brought it home, and it sounded like a mid-40s recording. Like, it didn't sound that good to me. Now, I didn't.
Yeah.
I played on a stereo card. My system isn't, top end or anything. So maybe you can extract more from it, and I'm just not doing that. But
yeah, but in the end, it's like you can figure out if the music is doing something for you. It's not all about the sound.
And that's why I bought those two Charlie Parker 10-inch box sets. Is I wanted the music. I mean,
well, those are.
It's
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I agree. Like, who wrote Caravan? Is that a Parker song?
Duke Ellington.
Duke
Oh, it's
Duke Ellington.
Ellington Caravan. Okay.
There's a great CD of John Hassel from I believe '98 or somewhere around there, called Fascinoma, where the opening track is his own take on Caravan, and the closing track is also like another version, and it's called Caravanesque. And basically, he turns Caravan, you know the tune, and he turns it into like this outlandish, dubby, ambient version of that, and it becomes something very impressive, very widescreen. It's one of my most wanted to be pressed on vinyl record.
Why don't you press it then, Stunny? Come on, get the license and make it happen.
Ooh, ECM, huh? ECM.
Yeah. Stunty, what's your opinion of some of the kind of the up and coming Blue Note cats like Joel Ross or Manuel Wilkins?
I think they're completely off. For me, like,
Really?
if I want contemporary jazz, that's like a lot of it sounds good, and I get it, but like the absolute last Blue Note record I bought was actually when I got to see live Andrew Hill with a new trio of younger player. That was probably in 2004, 5, 6. But like, what was this one that everyone likes with the vibe player on Blue
Bobby
Note?
Hutcherson?
No, new one, new
Joel Ross.
musician.
Joel
Yeah.
Ross.
For me, it does nothing for me because it doesn't add anything. It's good, it's well done, but like it doesn't, add another dimension to the music that we already know.
Yeah, I mean, I think some of his phrasing and some of his compositions, I think, are intriguing. But I can certainly see where you're coming from. It's still pretty straight ahead.
It's a very good student of
Yes.
yeah.
Right. I think what I find most compelling about him is that you don't think of a modern jazz performer picking up vibes. I mean, that's not.
Yeah, that's fair.
It has such a negative connotation, and the history there, I think, is kind of interesting. And that
it's interesting. It's interesting you say that because I heard other people say that, and I never had that. For me, like Ken Jamal is one of my favorite jazz musicians, composer. Bobby Hutcherson also, until he did these weird 70s records where he wants to become a rock star. And Carl Berger, I did a whole stream focused on him almost, and he's a vibe player at core. So I don't really understand where this bias is coming from. That I hear and I'm not judging. I'm genuinely, I don't know where it's coming from, but I noticed that a lot of people have this stance on vibe players that you just
Oh yeah,
described.
I don't have that stance, but I
Me either.
find that it's a lot of the diehard jazz
But
enthusiasts
do
have this
you have
negative
an
connotation.
idea of why?
No.
No,
I like the
it's
vibe.
kind of like
the-
Oregon. I feel like Oregon gets that sometimes as well.
Yeah, that's fair.
People are like, I just can't.
Yeah, but because
Oregon.
like what's the big the guy who did
Jimmy
200
Smith.
albums? Yeah, like
Jimmy
if you
Smith?
get like
Jimmy Smith.
yeah, these guys who have like 1,000 albums, but almost all of them are compilations in a way.
This is a good record. Check this out. This just came out this week or last week. So this is Melvin Ryan. It's a organ record on Crisscross Jazz. It's from the '90s, I think. When it was recorded.
I rewatched
really
last week's stream, Chris, and you showed that Consenting Adults from Crisscross.
Yeah.
I thought that was a great album.
I've also got this one. I haven't listened to it yet. I think somebody said they were going to buy it, so I bought it because I'm an idiot. But so this is that Mark Turner record. I forget who said that.
Oh, it looks like what's his
little
name? Jamie Foxx. It looks like a Jamie Foxx biopic or something.
Yeah, it does. So we'll see. I haven't listened to that one yet.
I've been really digging some Lonnie Liston Smith.
Oh, cool.
Been going down.
Into him yet.
I tried to get into him.
On Flying Dutchman.
Yeah, I love Dutchman.
Yeah, it's his records are so different from one to the next. So I think it's hard to just pick one and be like, can I get into him? Because the next one sounds totally different.
Do you
Some
think
of them are much
Oregon?
more free.
Do you think a lot of Oregon? It's more like I don't know, more. People call it like party music, like some of those Jimmy Smith albums.
Jimmy Smith stuff, maybe, but I mean, like back in the '60s, the people who are listening to that stuff. Yes.
Yeah, like the Shirley Scott,
not
Jimmy
as
Smith,
cerebral. Like it's more just like, put it on to having, to dance to or something like that.
But like Lonnie Liston Smith or Lonnie Smith.
Lonnie Smith, especially, yes.
Yeah, I mean that stuff really gets complex.
Yeah, it does.
And much
Well, what
more.
about Larry Young? Because people
Larry
said
Young's
like,
great.
Oh yeah,
month. He was the next
Community's
month.
amazing.
Yeah, absolutely.
Isn't there the Larry of Newark? Does anyone have that album? Stunty, you have
no.
Which one? Sorry.
Larry of Newark, where he's kind of a play upon, Lawrence of Arabia.
No, a great, absolutely, like not just great, but like an organ player in jazz that will challenge all your expectations or biases about organ in jazz is Eddie Louis, a French guy from the colonies. He is like every album he did is worth investigating, and some are just some of the absolute most beautiful spiritual jazz. He started in the 60s, maybe even no, I think in the 60s, and he has an album called on Vogue disc called it's not crazy expensive, but yeah, it's self-titled. It's from '68, and on this he does a cover of Cantaloupe Man that is pretty cool, but he also does covers of French revolutionary ballads from the revolutions and our like haunting, like if you like haunting on the level of Strange Fruit in a way, but also with this French like almost orchestral or choir. It's basically choir spiritual jazz from the 60s with like this very harrowing feeling. It's fantastic.
That sounds neat.
Hey guys, I'm gonna jump.
Okay.
Good chatting with everybody.
Don't die. Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
I'll catch up with you guys later.
Okay, later.
Thanks for coming on.
Speaking of, thanks for coming.
No, I proposed doing a stream, and
That's true. Speaking of Lonnie Smith, these two records are really great. Do you have these, Rob, or anybody?
I only have one Lonnie Smith record. I have not the newer ones. I have that
Yeah.
80, the Blue Note 80 one.
Yeah,
Mozambique.
Yeah.
yeah, that was great. This is the Tone Poet he did, which is great. And then this one was the last. This came out like right before he passed away
Mhm.
last year. They're great. Though. I like them both.
Joe, how do
Stunty.
you approach European jazz?
How do I approach it?
He curses.
Yeah,
I mean, so with complete humility, I have to say I've only just put my toes in the water. I mean, it's mostly stuff I find kind of in the stacks and decide to pick up cheap and listen to. But
So you don't do that much research on that, like you like what you find, like and you test it.
yeah, I mean, are you talking about like 60s, 70s European
Yep.
or modern?
No, 60s, 70s, 80s.
Yeah, I mean, I'm still peeling back the layers of the onion of kind of the domestic jazz.
Like
I just
most
haven't.
people,
Yeah.
but because you named something, so I was just wondering if you had found like a few entry doors that like this is where you're starting to investigate with, and then you just peel back from the other players on the records or whatever.
Yeah. Occasionally, I'll find a player or two, but
It's a good way sometimes.
Yeah.
this one was actually good. The one I think you were talking about this earlier, Joe. This one that I showed last week.
Yeah, that's the one I saw that I almost picked up, and then you showed the same day. It's Timeless
Yeah, I liked
Muse.
it. It's really good. Yeah, these guys are all badasses.
If you're into modal jazz, actually the biggest modal jazz guy is French. It's Martial Solal,
Yeah,
who did some soundtrack music as well. But the Martial Solal, like he's got an album called Electrode, which, contrary to what the title would suggest, is not an electronic music record, but it's like probably one of the absolute best modal jazz records ever.
that's awesome.
Modal jazz is very French in the sense that, like, I mean, of course, it's also American, but like the psychology and the philosophy behind modal jazz suits very much the way school jazz music is being taught or transmitted in France.
Yeah, I mean, I just pulled him up. He played with Django Reinhardt, Sidney Bechet, Don Bias.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, but these guys have like they're not modal jazz at all. Django Reinhardt.
No. I mean,
yeah.
Understood.
But he started. Yeah. He's like he's old
started
school.
way back. Yeah,
in the
and
40s.
He's still
yeah.
alive, right?
Yeah.
Looks like he just
I
released
think
a
so, yeah.
record in 2021. I'll have to check it out. Thanks, Tunty.
Hey, Nick, how's it going? Well, y'all have any more records you want to show? We good?
I can go on forever.
I can show everything I showed earlier.
No, it's okay.
All right.
I'm excited about this one. Nothing crazy exciting, but
Yeah.
Can you show those Style Council records again, Rob?
Oh, only if it's possible for you to bend over and I'll shove them up your ass.
Oh, I'll show you my ass. That's for sure. If you
No, shove them.
All right, cool. I think we're gonna. It's been almost 2 hours. I think we're cool. We'll see y'all tomorrow night. If you have time to join us, we'll have another show. Thanks for
I'll
joining.
be in the gallery, but
I promise I won't have any records to show.
Please bring some records to show, Rob.
I will probably be streaming tomorrow, as I usually do on Fridays as well.
Awesome. Cool.
You do like 2 p.m. Eastern time? What time?
I don't know. I don't know what it is in the US. I've given I try to start around 10 or 11 here in Europe, and you add 6 hours, 7 hours, 8 hours, depending on where you are in the US. Or no, it's subtract. Sorry,
Could you make sure that when you stream, it's extra blurry, and it's hard to hear you when you speak?
The thing is that like I'm gonna change a few things. I got a sound card. I need a new PC so that I can play the music from through that, so that the sound will be good. But like you see, my phone is pretty good in a way, but as soon as there's like more than 4 people on the screen, it overheats and like glitches.
So you
Yeah.
play the music through your speakers, and then it gets picked up by your phone?
Yeah.
Wow.
It's like, it was just like, for me, the way I see it is, I play hopefully music that is interesting, and it gives an idea, and if something catches, like not the sound, like just the music catches your attention, then you can go and investigate it yourself, because like so much you can find on YouTube anyway. So
Oh yeah.
or you can ask me and whatever. But that's basically giving you some ideas, but you still need to do some homework.
That's cool.
Which I mean, it for me. Like Davies complains about that, but like I don't understand, because for me it's always been part of the fun of collecting, that there's some homework to be done. If everything lands in your hand, like you just need to click buy, yeah, it's all right. But like I want to do some homework.
I agree with you. I think like today,
Mm.
I didn't plan today. I fell into today,
Mm.
and that's what I like about it. I wander over to like Record Safari, and he posted something I wanted, and I get it. I don't like having a wish list, and I don't like purposely going out looking for stuff.
But the wish list for you, it's different because you're relatively new. For me, I need a wish list to remember what I already like.
Well, that's true, but
plus also that, like, to remember what you focus on, that like okay, shit, to remember I'm actually looking for these records and I'm struggling, like I've been looking for this for years, and it's easy to go in a shop and you don't find these records, and you see this record, oh, this one is not too bad, and so you buy it, and then it's home and you do nothing with it because it actually doesn't compete with what you already have. So I just dread that. I don't want to have that, because I actually have a reason to play every single record I have. So,
well, you know where I feel like you're really good, and you're starting to get your footing, in my eyes, is I know you're doing that thing with Michael, but you seem to have like a group of people that are now coming to you for your opinion. You know what I mean? And like that, what's her name from yesterday on Autumn?
Yeah.
I think she is. If I don't know what your relationship is, meaning on this YouTube thing,
she's more into noise.
And
that's her main thing. She's interested in other stuff I'm interested in. I'm interested in noise, but like for me,
you don't think you're imparting wisdom onto her at all?
No, but the thing is that like she's a fan of these artists, and I find it great, but for me it's a bit too, how should I say it? The noise scene, on the music level, there's few artists that, like, if they manage to find their own sound that is interesting enough, it's not like you need to have more than 1 or 2 albums from them. And a lot of the guys or people who are into that kind of music usually are completists, because it goes with the culture and it's cool. The objects are cool, the designs are cool, the whole world building. But I don't care about that. Like, it's cool, but it's not my main. Like, my main thing is always like music and pushing myself, growth, and
So
well, I'll tell you that the guy, John, the 6-inch
pianist.
He mentioned this Nate Barichal guy, and you kind of went in there and go, "Yeah, I like him." I've been binging his stuff for the last 3 days because I have to drive a lot. I'm loving that guy.
Yeah, he's great.
Unfortunately, a lot of his stuff is CD only, but he has this album called The Sixth Sense. Oh man, that album's fantastic. So
yeah, I mean, like, you guys know it. Like, the stuff I do with Michael, these like the new releases. For me, I do it with Michael or without Michael. That's what I do on my daily. It's my daily routine. The thing is that it's fucking exhausting mentally, because to go through everything that's coming out and going through all the stuff that is either tedious or repetitive or not interesting to you, sometimes it becomes like it makes you crazy. But that's the only way to get a constant renewal of influx of like new sounds from either new artists or older artists that maybe didn't step up yet. And I think it was on Rachel's stream today or yesterday, we were talking and about like this whole quest about the perfect sound and all that you go through different versions of the same records. I think it's great, but the benefit you get from that is, if you consider the amount of equivalent amount of time and money, is much lesser than if you investigate more artists, more new stuff, testing more stuff.
I mean, I think that speaks to each person's motive for being in this world, this hobby, right? Some people are in it for the musical journey, right? And how you're growing and finding new things. And some people are in it for the experience of finding the best sounding pressing of an album that they know by heart and have heard.
And it can also change over time within the same person.
Yeah, and that's part of why I mean, I've found such enjoyment interacting with folks in the vinyl community. Is, you know, I started with very finite parameters for kind of what I liked and where I wanted to go, but I've been, you know, taking these side roads as people introduce me to things. And
I'll tell you a little example that is quite telling. When you work in a record store, like I have one example. When I was working in a record store and selling techno or dance music, and you would get these guys who come twice a week, and they want to know what is. They always ask you what's good this week, and you give them a pile of records. And there are a few artists that are so productive, either because they release 12 inches all the time or remixes. Like these guys, you give them every week something new, something cool, something challenging, and they will always leave the shop with the same two artists if they have a new release. Which means basically that I think that's my interpretation, but like not necessarily your music taste, but your music purchase habit often shows how conservative you can be without knowing, in the sense that for me, conservative in music is kind of like, if you don't test new stuff, often it's not because you don't want, it's because if you don't have a point of reference, like the people have already accepted this is like, no one will point the finger at me like, ha, like Nelson in The Simpsons, like, ha, you suck because I don't know why, but you suck because you're into weird, strange thing, and it's weird and strange because I don't know about it. It's like very grégaire in a way, and I think music has a lot of that behavior. A lot of that.
Absolutely.
For sure.
Hey, Stunty, all I have to say to you is this.
So you're quoting the great Nelson after saying that Bob
the best
Vance
episode is when he laughs at the tall guy in the small car, and then the guy gets out and goes, "It's all I could afford," and then he pulls the pants down and makes him.
And you would know what I have to say to you, Rob?
What?
Fuck you, fucking fucker.
Oh my god.
Now we can't pass
it. That's so good.
Wait, Stunty, I know you have a law background. Do I have a case for someone stealing my look? Do I have any ownership of this?
I only studied constitutional law, so I can't tell you about that.
I just need to know that this is what only thing I have left in life.
I mean, the problem you have now is that you can't attack Dobbs on his physique anymore.
That's a good point.
Does anyone understand? I call him that because I believe what's inside his head.
All right.
Stunty, before we close this out, give me one recommendation. So I've really fallen into Chuck Johnson a lot. You know, slide guitar ambient artist. Are you familiar with him?
Yeah.
What else do you have to offer in that kind of vein?
I should tell you. Well, come to my stream tomorrow, and
I will. I'll be there for sure. I'll be there.
I'll show you something.
Uh-oh. Pulling out the big guns.
Yeah.
Actually, I'll show you a 7-inch, but like any record from this guy.
Hans Richau.
And this is, he basically has kind of invented his own instrument that is kind of like a guitar, but it is kind of like a slide guitar.
And it's
avant-garde, but it's so beautiful, and he's a great musician. Like, and when I say he's a great, I mean he's a virtuoso, and it's only his own stuff, and it's so cool. So he doesn't have a huge discography. I think I got like 6 albums of his, either under his name or in a collective, and this 7-inch, which is superb as well. But and they're not that expensive, I guess. He's got this Bonobo one that I think I probably have a few copies of it, because every time I find it, it's like $20. So
Bonobo Beach, some more guitar solos.
There's 2. There's Bonobo Beach and Bonobo something, I think.
Oh, just Bonobo. Yeah, I see it.
Yeah.
On FMP.
Yeah, they're almost all on FMP, and just check them out on YouTube a little bit and tell me tomorrow if it's in the direction that you were asking.
Sounds good. Thank you.
Awesome. Well, I want to wrap it up. Thanks for joining us, everybody, and hope to see you all tomorrow.
Sounds good.
And
Thanks
greatest
so much.
haul ever.
Dude,
Yeah,
it was good.
Epic.
You
It was
admitted
good.
You admitted Stunty admitted to me privately that he thought this was the best pick of the bunch.
That's
No,
fair.
actually, the one that I think the Horace Andy, I'm a little bit curious about it.
Which one?
The Horace Andy. It might be crap, but it might be really good. And I like the that's I went to check it, and now I know what it is.
This thing,
like,
and this thing goes for a lot of money too. This Erica Badu Live, crazy.
What about the diabetes mellitus?
That goes to Mike. Mike, and actually, for you, Joe. Actually, here, Joe. Here's before we leave at the estate sale. I picked up a ton of this stuff. These 10 inches.
Psychiatric consults.
Right. So tell me in your mind which ones I need to listen to.
Okay, we'll do.
Okay.
I need to solve problems with my doctor.
All right,
Let me show you
go.
something.
All right,
Okay,
Chris.
last thing. Let's see it.
I have to show you something.
Oh God.
This is, look at this box set. This is like hard plastic. It's like a suitcase.
That's weird.
Yeah, and it's music that was made for a children's psychiatric hospital.
Oh wow!
It's like a 10 L. Let me show you. Have you open it? It's.
You need better lighting in your house, Stunty. Oof.
It's yeah. So here you have like which hospital it was with, because they only did it for. Anyways, it's just the whole box is crazy. The pack that they created this solely for for that, but it's kind of the same kind of records that Robbie was showing, apart from the fact that these ones have music. Actually, it's like music made to cure schizophrenic children.
Wow.
Was that the Scientology thrift shop?
No, I bought this on eBay because it sounded so. I needed to know what.
How did you feel after you listened to it, Stunty?
I feel like these records I can sell for a lot of money to hip hop producers.
That's fair.
No, but
right.
No, it's
all right. Chris has really got to go to the bathroom. We got to let him go.
Hey, Chris, would you please watch 10 Hours of Rainfall video, please?
Yes, I will. Thank you very much. Thanks, everyone.
Bye.